my name is Chet from Avion Technology, and this is another daily dose of technology here from Chicagoland. Um, so today we're going to talk about something very interesting. Well, interesting only to people who care about it, not for the other 99% of the people who don't give a rat's behind about technology. Anyways, by the way, we do these little 5 minute daily vignettes, these 5 minute daily videos, as a part of our giving back to the community. We started doing this right about when COVID struck. Um, here's the backstory. A lot of our clients are essentially non-technical people, like most of you out there, and they always ask us that why don't you do like little informative, informational kind of sessions. Just this is a part of our giving back for a lot of non-techies, for a lot of entrepreneurs who want to kind of update themselves daily about technology. So hope you like this video. If you're a techie or if you're like an advanced programmer, probably not the right audience. So today we're going to talk about e-commerce platforms. So if in 2020, if you have a storefront, a retail store, or if you're selling anything in the physical world, but if you don't have an e-commerce presence, then you're losing out big time, right? Cliched as that might sound, but in 2020, and especially after COVID-19, you definitely need a digital presence for for whatever you're selling. It could be widgets, it could be tuition classes that you take from home, it could be ballet classes that you teach in your basement, could be anything. But if you're not, taking payments, if you're not having some kind of e-commerce from where you can do a digital transaction, then you need to come into the 21st century. So today we're talking about different e-commerce platforms. So there's a proliferation of e-commerce platforms now. There's so many e-commerce platforms. Top amongst them are Woocommerce from WordPress. There's Magento. There's Shopify. There's Zen Commerce. There's OS Commerce. There's many more. Um, we usually work at Avion with WordPress using WooCommerce and Magento. So today we're going to talk about which way to go, WordPress or Magento. Before I start this, I want to just tell you guys about one thing, and I get that question a lot of times. So which is the best programming language? Well, there is no best programming language. There are different programming languages, just as there are different languages, right? You can never say that Spanish is the best language, right? Because Spanish is just a language, right? There's other languages, there's Spanish, there's French, there's Italian, they're all different languages. So similarly, there is no best programming language, they're all different programming languages, number one. Number two, I have rarely seen a digital agency that specializes in everything, right? So if you go to a digital agency and tell them, oh, why don't you use Symfony? Why don't you know how to code in Symfony? Chances are they're going to be like, because we don't have any Symfony developers. Our coding is done in Laravel or CodeIgniter, which are all frameworks within PHP. So the second thing I want to tell you guys today is that every digital agency will do the project in a language that they are proficient in, right? So don't expect a digital agency to know all the different programming languages in the world. They will typically have proficiency in just one or two, programming languages or frameworks. So at Avion, we have built a portfolio now on WordPress and e-commerce on WooCommerce and Magento. So today I'm going to talk about the difference between WooCommerce and Magento. But most importantly, I'm going to talk about when to go with WooCommerce and when to go with Magento. So as with all things at Avion, I like to simplify this. If you're a single individual, right, who wants to manage the whole thing by themselves, who wants to manage the entire storefront by themselves, without connecting with the developer a lot of times, asking for maintenance work or updates. So essentially it's a small store, something that you do by yourself. You want to manage it by yourself. You can manage the SKUs by yourself. You don't have, let's say, more than 50 or 100 SKUs. Um, I think WooCommerce is the way to go for you. WooCommerce is very easy, very nimble, uh, very intuitive to use, and it's a very light footprint kind of a platform. So I would definitely recommend WooCommerce. Now, if you're an enterprise, if you have 100 plus SKUs, if your own tech skills or the tech skills of someone in your office are moderate to high, then I would say go Magento, go the Magento way. Magento has a lot of different plugins. It has a lot of different things you can do in Magento, like multi-currency and multinational transactions. A whole bunch of stuff, which even WooCommerce has some of that. But Magento, at the end of the day, is still, you need to know a little bit of technology to be able to manage Magento. So I usually recommend Magento for an audience which is an enterprise-wide audience. If it's a small business, if it's a decent kind of a business, that's when I recommend Magento. But again, like I said, if you're an individual or if you're an up and coming, ballet studio or something like that, I would say just use WordPress. With WooCommerce, you can be up and running in like 1 or 2 days, as opposed to Magento, which does require a little bit of technical heavy lifting. So that was that 5-minute vignette. If you're an entrepreneur out there who has or was thinking about having an e-commerce store, who has been given a lot of different opinions by a lot of different people, doesn't know what to do, I hope today's video was helpful. Again, to simplify, lightweight shop, WooCommerce, a little heavyweight shop, Magento. If you still have questions, give me a shout. This is my email ID, chat@aviontechnology. Avion Technology, based out of Chicago, digital agency based out of Chicago. We have been around for the last 15 years, done more than 700 plus projects, and we would love to assist you on your next project. So feel free to give us a shout and let's talk further. Thanks so much. Have a super day and see you again. Goodbye.